living in this old Christian retreat, which was almost 3 stories. But they had the whole place to themselves, and they had no television, no reception. So I called Dish Network and had them come out, and they were installing a dish, and they had a big old 40-foot ladder, and I had my back turned, was on the phone just like I am now with my friend to ask if they could put the dish in a certain place. They let go of the ladder in high wind, and it struck me on the side of the head, down my neck, down my back, and thrust me to the ground. Once we think things can't get any worse, guess what? Things can get worse. Doctors wouldn't see me because I had no insurance. I understand, Stephen, what you were saying about trying to see doctors and them turning you away. Even as a veteran, they turned me away for many months. Are you all still there?
Oh,
Yes,
we're all still
I'm
listening.
sorry. This is just so much. But during that year following, I had moved from Flagler to Burlington and then to a tiny, dingy motel, a 70-year-old motel off a highway in Goodland, Kansas. Stranded, running out of money, still struggling from the accident, an attorney doing absolutely nothing for me. Can't work. Things were spiraling very rapidly. I put a cry for help on Facebook, January of this year, crying to God
and what happened?
and saying, "Have you forgotten me? I've been faithful and I've been through so much." A friend here in Imperial, Nebraska saw my post, and she said, "Bear, why don't you come and stay here with me and my son, and we'll make sure that you don't have anything to worry about while you get well."
And that's where you've been staying.
So I came here, went in and out of hospitals. They sent me by ambulance to Hays, Kansas, and to North Platte, and they couldn't figure out why this ladder had caused some kind of damage inside me that they couldn't figure out. And without insurance, it just got worse and worse and worse. But my faith never went away. And I was praying, and then my Facebook friends started growing, and they started reading these inspirational posts that I put on there and saying, "You're just so positive, you're so positive," which made me feel more and more positive by hearing these words.
Well, and the fact that you reached out, Bear, I think
Yes.
that's something all of us should take note of, because
Yes.
oftentimes we're too proud to ask for help, and we're too
Yes.
proud to admit that we're in pain or we're sad or we're
Yes.
depressed or that we need some help. And
Yes.
a lot of people don't know what's going on, so if we don't ask, we're not going to get help. And you've been coming back to Denver to get treatment.
Let me jump ahead to that. A doctor here in Imperial finally got a hold and got National Jewish Hospital on the line, and they were willing to start diagnostics on me about 3.5 weeks ago without insurance. They said, "We will work with you, and we'll set it." So for 12 solid days, I had appointments. I had 34 different appointments, and they're looking for damage, finding out what's wrong, and they uncovered a disease in my esophagus that nobody had ever checked there before, and it's incurable, and it's about 8 inches of my esophagus. So I need to return here week after next back to Denver to have more biopsies, in hopes that cancer hasn't already set in.
I've been following some of this on your Facebook page, and keeping track of what's going on with you. And Bear, I hope that you'll call us again and update us next time you're in town and give me an update on what's going on.
I'll be there
with
Wednesday. I see a neurologist that I have a new attorney who this time he says, "We're just going to go straight to court. We're just going to take Dish Network to court so that they can take care of you." And now a neurologist is finally decided to see me because of this attorney that I have had somebody in his network. So I'll be there Wednesday.
Okay, you'll be back Wednesday.
I will,
so
but I keep moving forward, and that is my mantra. Keep moving forward. Don't give up, Stephen. Things are always going to be happening and moving along, but we live in this moment.
Yep.
This
Thank
moment
you.
is
Thank
a
you so
beautiful
much.
moment.
You got it. You know what? One of my mantras is, I am healthy, I am whole in my body and my soul, and I wish that for you. And use that and run with it. And we wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your story with us.
Bless you, Bear. Thank you. We've got a caller from, is it Longmont now? Tell me who we have, Paul.
We have Dave in Longmont here.
Dave in Longmont. And I like what the comments say. Happy that you're back. Dave, are you there?
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for holding, Dave.
Hi. It's been wonderful to listen in on everybody's stories. Who knew that those posts on Facebook, everybody actually reads them?
I do. You know, I have to tell you, I was so grateful for all the outpouring of support when I left the news business that I really have kept in contact with a lot of people and made friends with people. Like that woman who said, you came into my, living room every morning, you were like a ray of sunshine. I feel like you're my friend. I feel like a lot of people are my friends now because I do know a lot about their lives. Maybe too much, Dave.
Yeah, it could be. It could be too much. Well, I'm just happy to actually hear you again, though we don't get to see you as much. I've always been a fan since you were on television, and now to finally find you via Facebook back on the radio, it's a great thing. And while I'm here, Jennifer and Stephen, if I've got your names correct.
Yes.
What an amazing story, Stephen. It shakes me to my core to hear not only what you're dealing with as a parent, but just as a human being, and to have the ability to hear you guys talk about everything that you're going through, and yet through it all, you still have the ability to be a solid husband and a solid dad. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And Dave, he's also very, very funny. He can be quite amusing. He's good at a dinner party. We always invite him along for, he's very entertaining.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
None of us can keep up with that.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, Dave. Thank you so much for your words of support and so forth. You talk about being still a good husband and a good father and everything, and it just brought me back to in the beginning when we were first diagnosed. And I say we being diagnosed because if you think about it, it was almost like when we were pregnant. Jennifer went through all the physical stuff,
Right.
And I was going through all the changes mentally of being a father and so forth. So when we got diagnosed with ALS, I was going through physical changes, but Jennifer went through so much mentally.
Oh, I know.
And she
did.
was a rock.
She is a rock.
She has so much helped us propel us through this to keep things positive. So very blessed with that.
Did you guys at any point when you were wrestling and struggling with having a child, did it ever become too much? Because you it's almost like you might forget what you're trying to accomplish while you're trying it. Does that make any sense?
It absolutely does. And I was working for Denver County Social Services at the time, Dave, and I worked in child support enforcement. And I remember asking God, I just don't understand. I'm, doing paternity tests on women that are having 6 kids from 5 or 6 different fathers, and we're married and we love each other. And why, God, why aren't we able to have a child? And so then we started down the whole adoption route, and it was, God is so good. The month that we decided, that we made a decision saying, okay, God, we're going to do one more bout of infertility treatments, that is the month that we got pregnant.
Really?
It was,
Did you know, or how did you find out? It's a ridiculous question. Did the doctors know?
We knew. Like, we saw a bleep of a heartbeat because we went through all the infertility treatments, and so we knew when I was a big pincushion. I had bruises everywhere from
my goodness, I
all the
know.
shots and everything.
Have you gone through that, Dave, or do you have kids, or if you had trouble having kids?
Well, we had trouble, and it came. It was a struggle. It was a struggle to have kids, and then to try and keep the faith and keep positive with what you were trying to accomplish. To get a family. We would argue about it because I worked crazy hours. And sometimes I'm just not home, and she's like, well, the doctor says, I'm like, does the doctor know I work from midnight to 6?
And Dave, I do want you to know that even on the overnight shift that the husband does have to be home in order to, to do that whole process that involves having a child. I don't want to get specific here, but, we
are a Christian station here.
I do want to say that something, as they know, Stephen and Jennifer know, my second child, I had about 4 miscarriages, and then after my first, and so the second was very difficult, and I really was praying a lot about having a baby, and I was going to name the baby Faith. Well, after I had my 4th miscarriage, I said, I don't have faith that I'm going to have this child anymore, but I still have hope. And so when I had the baby, I named her Hope, because I did end up having the baby, but it wasn't like on my timetable, and I was getting older, and no comment from any of you, old-ish. And so then, get this, out of the blue, no fertility treatments, nothing. I get pregnant again in my 40s, and guess what I named that baby? faith because I had given up that name because I no longer had faith. I'd had the baby Only Hope. And then out of the blue, I have this miracle baby that was free, mind you. Didn't cost thousands of dollars to have, in a Petri dish,
We were there.
IVF treatments. So Dave, thank you for calling in. I definitely appreciate it. And Stephen and Jen, they've been such an inspiration to me. So I'm thrilled that my old childhood friend Shelley called in, and then you, a former viewer, call in to say that they're inspiring you, because that's what I want to do with the show, just give people stories of hope and help people that want to call in maybe and get a little, have a little word with us.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Dave.
Good to meet you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, do we have one more call?
We do, and it's actually a
Paul?
good way to end the show, I think, today. Dee Dee has a question just about the show in general. Dee Dee, you there?
Hey, Auntie.
Hi, Dee Dee. How are you?
Well, I've talked to you online quite a bit.
On my
So,
Facebook?
I mean, you have so many people, so I'm sure you don't remember.
I've gotten to know so many of you. It's been wonderful, and I just can't thank you all enough for how supportive and kind
you're
you've been.
Lovely.
So
You're such a lovely person. No, I was just wondering what your show was all about, and because I really don't know. I don't have my computer, so I'm like, I don't know.
Well, and you could also, well, that's a good thing to tell people while you're on, that you can listen to it on 8:10 a.m. KLVZ, and you can also listen online, or there's an app called TuneIn Radio, and that app will actually go on your smartphone or will go on, on your iPad, and people can listen that way too. I think these days people are so savvy. We're hoping even to stream it so that people can see us while we're on the air, and then we're also hoping to get like a podcast or something to that effect as well. So I just want to say thank you, Dee Dee, for calling in and keep messaging me on Facebook. I always appreciate it. Stephen, the other day you wrote me and you said, I'm not going to post on your Facebook anymore because so many people reply. My mailbox fills up. But I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all the feedback.
It's an incredible feeling, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Over the years of knowing you guys and going through all of this and seeing you pretty frequently and seeing Stephen, do so well, what do you think the key has been to your success in dealing with? I've never seen two people handle something so well and with such grace. I'm so inspired by you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. We touched on several things. I think our son Chris is a huge part of it. For staying positive and so forth, a reason for living, without a doubt. Our partnership in marriage, just supporting one another and keeping each other positive. The prayers, absolutely. And, I think prayers bring about good things. And we found something as well that kind of fit into our lifestyle after some good research. And I believe it's a supplement that I think is helping me. And I really do. And I encourage people to contact us regarding that.
Yeah, I've got your link I'll have on my Facebook page, so people want to get in touch with you because you've got a couple of websites. You're very active in your community. And you, Jen, what do you think? What's been the key for you in dealing with this? Because we are Christian women. We've gone to the women's retreat together. You're always like voted most popular. Oh my goodness! I'm like, every time we go to a women's retreat, and they have this time when they say, "Now, if you've met anyone really special at the retreat, please." Tell us the story. And I turned to her last time. I said, if someone stands up and says, Jennifer Bishop, again, is my favorite person in the retreat, I am going to fall over in my chair. And once again, you're so lovely and so loving and so warm. You're always the most popular lady at the retreat.
I think you are. It's you. You are such an inspiration to us, Angie.
Well, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in to The Good News with Angie Austin. I've got a very inspirational guest tomorrow who's been a long time on-air personality who's going to speak with me about overcoming his addictions. And he's got about 21,000 Facebook followers, so a lot of people will be tuning in. Please call us at 303-477-2473 tomorrow. The Good News with Angie Austin, Stephen and Jennifer Bishop, thank you. And thank all of you for your kindness on Facebook. You can find me there, and I'll have a link to Stephen and Jennifer. Have a great day.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you for listening to The Good News with Angie Austin. We would love to hear your thoughts about the program. Share with us at facebook.com/810KLVZ or call 303-477-2477.